name is Mr. Lloyd. I'm the faculty leader for Humanities, and I'm just going to run through with you how you can support your child in GCSE geography. So first thing we're going to do is just focus on how geography is assessed at GCSE. There are 3 exam papers: living with the physical environment, which is a 1 hour 30-minute exam at the end of year 11. There is a challenges in the human environment exam, which is 1 hour 30 minutes at the end of year 11. And finally, there is a geographical applications and skills exam, which is at the end of year 11, and that exam paper is 1 hour 15 minutes long. In year 10, students will have covered paper 1, which was all about challenges in the physical world, and they are focusing currently in year 11 on the human environment. As part of paper 3, they will integrate paper 1 and paper 2 at the end of year 11, when we've covered all the human challenges content. We'll focus on paper 3, which is integrating the fieldwork skills and also uniting paper 1 and paper 2 together. So how can you support your child? A number of resources are available to you. First and foremost, the Humanities virtual learning environment is a really good place to start. To find the Humanities virtual learning environment, if you go to the Cotham School homepage and click on Cotham virtual learning environments, it'll take you through to this page here. Scroll down to Humanities, and when you're on Humanities, it will click you through to this page here. Go to Geography and to Resources, and if you click on any of the images, it will take you through to a Google Drive folder, which if students use their Cotham email address, will give them access to every PowerPoint worksheet, revision resource, exam paper that we have got uploaded onto that Google Drive for them. There is also an opportunity for students who are aiming for the top grades, grades 7, 8 and 9, to challenge themselves. There is a challenge tab that has a number of specific resources for geography that are aimed at improving their analytical skills, but also their knowledge and breadth of knowledge to make sure that they're able to access the top grades. So all of that is on the Cotham virtual learning environment. Other available web resources, GCSE Pod, Seneca and BBC Bitesize are 3 really highly recommended websites to use. The GCSE Pod is a subscription-only website, but Cotham School has a subscription. If students click login and use their Cotham email address and their password, they will get access to GCSE Pod. If their password doesn't work or they've forgotten their GCSE Pod password, they click on Forgotten My Credentials. They can reset their password using their Cotham email address. BBC Bitesize is a fantastic resource. Again, lots of helpful videos, lots of ways of chunking and making the information more accessible if students don't understand it. And that is divided into paper 1, paper 2 and paper 3 as well. Lastly, we recommend students use Seneca. Seneca is a self-testing website, and we have uploaded onto Seneca a load of specific GCSE geography revision activities where students can test themselves by quizzing, and they can work out the answers if they get questions wrong. So it's a really good tool to identify gaps in their knowledge and then improve and learn the information they don't know. We offer a Humanities homework club every Thursday in K003. That's an opportunity for students to come along with work they're struggling with or revision, or for students that don't regularly complete homework, we'll put students into that homework club for them to complete that work there. We also sell GCSE AQA geography revision guides. The revision guides are bought by the school, which as an educational institution is able to buy them cheaper wholesale, and then we pass on the savings to the students. We're not trying to make a profit, we're not topping up any pension pots, we're just passing on cheaper revision guides to the students. So if you order your revision guide through us, you'll get a cheaper price than if you were to order it through Amazon or Waterstones. Pay through WisePay. Let your teacher know that you've ordered. The students let their teacher know they've ordered the revision guide, and the teacher will then pass on the revision guide in their lessons. Similarly, supporting your child in geography, 3 key things just to reiterate and go over. Revision is a really helpful one to get additional support with from home. A number of lessons every term are dedicated to ongoing revision. Students routinely visit content that they learnt in year 10, in year 11, and we recommend 3 revision strategies for the students. First and foremost, they need to create flashcards. Secondly, they need to be able to create brainstorms. And thirdly, they need to be able to use mind maps. The key theme around those 3 revision activities is self-testing. Revision outside of that theme is demonstrably weaker, okay? So all the educational research suggests that self-testing style revision activities have a far greater impact in students being able to retain and recall information when they're in a GCSE exam situation. Other things to help support your child, their teachers will have created and supplied checklist and knowledge organisers. These go over topic content and essential learning lists. These are shared on Google Classroom by teachers and will also be in the students' exercise books. Finally, use of online resources to help fill in any gaps from their knowledge. And again, we've talked previously about BBC Bitesize, GCSE Pod and Seneca. Those 3 are the top 3 recommended websites for us to use in humanities. In the build-up to the mock exams, so there is a mock exam in November and there will be a mock exam after Christmas. We will supply students with revision schedules. The revision schedules go over how to revise and they also break down the content into week-by-week revision lists. We really recommend students stick to these revision schedules. These will be set as homework for students in the build-up to mock exams, and we will create a revision schedule leading up to their actual GCSE exam. I will email parents and carers these revision schedules as well. The number one thing you can to support your child in humanities and geography is to make sure that your child is sticking to the revision schedule and using those 3 revision strategies: flashcards, brainstorms, and mind maps. This is a slide we use with the students in class. So the analogy we use is that your brain is like a forest and that the information and memories are in there somewhere. You're over here and the memory is over there. The more times you make a path to that memory, the better the path is. So the more times you remember, the more times you recall, the more times you sit down and try and work out what you know about a topic, the easier it will be to recall and get that information again in the future, particularly under stressful situations such as in a GCSE exam. So what we would be asking students to do, particularly with a brainstorm and a mind map, is when they start revision, they would sit down. They would choose a topic, for example, tectonic plates. They would write tectonic plates in their brainstorm here. And the first thing they would do without looking at their exercise book, without looking at any other revision resource, is to write down everything they remember and everything they know about that topic. The second stage of revision would be then to look at maybe a GCSE pod, look at BBC Bitesize, have a go at looking in their exercise book or their revision guide and writing down additional content that they hadn't initially remembered about tectonics in this example. By doing that process, the students will be able to bolt on and link the new knowledge to the existing knowledge, and they are far more likely to recall what they didn't know previously when they come to try and revise it again. That process can work in a mind map as well. So instead of using the brainstorm, we could put tectonics in the middle of the mind map, and then students would write down what they can remember branching off. And then once they've remembered everything they can, similarly go back to a BBC Bitesize, a GCSE pod, a revision guide, their exercise books, and then they can add in additional detail, and they are more likely to remember that in the future. Flashcards are really good for self-testing, creating a flashcard with tectonics, on the back of the flashcard writing all the relevant information about tectonics, and then they can see how much they've remembered. But the key thing is they're recalling and trying to remember what they've learned. Homework and assessment. Your child will have 6 lessons of geography a fortnight. Homework is set once a week. In the build-up to mock exams, homework is exclusively focusing on revision activities using those revision schedules. Outside of the build-up to mock exams, it will be a variety of written and research-based homework. All homework instructions and resource will be placed on Google Classroom. Assessments are based on exam questions. So all assessments are exam questions for their GCSE geography, usually from past papers. They will usually be completed 3 times a topic. All details of assessments will be shared with students and revision activities signposted on Google Classroom. Additionally, Google Classroom is a fantastic way of making for the students to revise. We have created a Google Classroom revision page where every revision resource is in one handy space. So for example, this is an active Google Classroom. This is the revision schedule that is highlighting what the students should be revising this week in the build up to a mock exam. There are a number of revision resources for paper 3. paper 2 and paper 1. We've downloaded all the GCSE pods onto Google Classroom as well, in case students have difficulty accessing GCSE pod from the website. Every past paper, mark scheme and examiner's report is in this tab. Generic revision activities are here, and there is a section on how to improve their SPAG marks as well as general revision skills. Hopefully that was helpful. If there are any questions regarding how to support your child in GCSE geography, please send me an email. My name is Mr. Lloyd again. Thank you for your time.